put the dynamo on the thing, and yeah, there's the machine.
So yeah, when I put the dynamo, there was a cable of wire going down to my room, and then when the window started spinning, and then the light was turning on, and then that time it was also like the happiness time. I had never been happier than that. It was like saying that people saying that it was working, and then soon enough after I managed to do that, people were coming to charge their mobile phones. I couldn't get rid of them. They were saying that you say that this one can charge a mobile phone. I say yes, and they will say let's try. If I plug a phone for somebody, and then when it is charging, I say it is charging. Can you take it now? They say no, I can't believe that it can really charge. I'll believe if the battery will be full charged. I was just leaving them to charge their mobile phones. Yeah.
And your cousin gave you a gift that really changed the windmill. So describe like what the slide kind of freaked out on us, but I'm going to go back to this slide. Let's see, this is really fast. So kind of describe what how powerful the windmill was, and there was this wire that was going down to your roof. So why don't you describe like kind of how many volts, and just kind of give people an idea of like what it was like for you, how that changed your situation.
Yeah. So the dynamos generating over 12 volts, because the dynamos designed to generate 12 volts when somebody's riding a bicycle, but it was different with the windmill, because the windmill speed was too high than the speed from somebody riding a bicycle. So what happened, I put that cable which was going inside my room, and inside my room my cousin gave me a car battery, and I was able to charge the car battery. Then when I was charging the car battery, I started connecting, wiring the house, my room, and my parents' house. And then after I did that, I was also, when I was wiring, I didn't have money to buy switches and so on. So what I did, I built my own switch using the flip plug for the daggers for the switch, and then using a spring and the spokes inside, I was able to make a light switch which I was using to turn on or turn off the power. And the other thing which I did was to build the circuit breaker, because I didn't have my wiring, the wires which I used to wire in the house wasn't proper wires. So I was afraid that if the wires could come together, they can start fire, and then I can burn my house, because my house was roof was made of grasses, so the grasses could easily start caught fire. So I was afraid that if that would happen, then I'll burn my house, and then I decided to build the circuit breaker. So the way I built the circuit breaker was to put two nails. I winded the two nails with the coil, and the other end of another coil. In between, I put a magnet which I took from the stereo radio for the speaker. So the way it works is like when the current is flowing, the magnet in between balances. But if there's like a surge, there's a short circuit, the one end of the magnet or the coil magnet, it will turn into north pole, the other side will be south pole, and then the magnet in between goes to one end, the other end will be pushing, the other end will be pulling. When it is moving to another end, there is a switch in between which switch off the current, and then the current don't flow down. So this is basically how the circuit breaker works.
Yeah, so basically, you know, the housing box of the circuit breaker is PVC pipe, as you can see. And when the current goes through, he said those two nails also magnetize. And so the way the polarity works, one's north, one's south, they kind of keep that stereo magnet in the middle, kind of balanced. But then in a bit of a surge, one is going to push it into the other. And it, you see right up here, that's a spring from a ballpoint pen that acts as the circuit breaker switch, and it cuts it breaks the circuit. And of course, the light switches with PVC pipe, and as he said, he used his flip flops for the rubber for the buttons. So you couldn't get rid of these people at your house that are charging their phones, but that's not all the same, right?
Yeah. The people who are coming to charge their mobile phones, they are not the only people who came, and also the journalists started coming to my house, and then they wrote an article which led to bloggers, and then the bloggers which led to a call from something called TED. I didn't know what TED was. And then I was invited to attend a TED conference in Arusha, Tanzania. So when I heard that the news that I've been invited to attend TED conference, I wasn't quite sure what exactly am I going to wear to the conference, because by that time I didn't own green shirt, and then had never seen the airplane. I had never slept in a hotel, and then everything was new. I was like, okay, I'm going to a conference. I don't know what exactly it's going to be. So
when you got into the plane, somebody gave you some advice about your first plane ride. What did they say, and what were you afraid of happening?
Yeah, they told me that when you are going to make sure that you don't eat before you go to take a plane before, because if you eat, then you are going to you can vomit in the plane seats. And then I tried not to eat, so that I was afraid to vomit in the plane. So this is me at the TED conference. I remember at the stage I was so nervous, because it was my first time to be on the stage, and then my English, when I was speaking, my English disappeared, and then I remember I said one word like, I tried and I made it. That's the one word which I can remember for now.
But when you spoke at TED, you got some incredible response, because in the audience there were a lot of Americans, a lot of Westerners who were very moved by your story. And afterwards, when William spoke, a lot of people came up to him and they said, you know, these are some pretty well-off people. TED community is a lot of Silicon Valley entrepreneurs, and so they said, what can we do? What can we do to help you? And William said, well, I have two goals in my life. One is to go back to school, and the other is to continue my projects to provide electricity and water. And so people gave some just modest, really, donations. And so we'll kind of talk about where you went from there. I mean, you went back and you were able to do some improvements to your village. So kind of talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. When I went back home, and then I was able to do some improvement through the donations from people, and then I also built another windmill which pumps water for vegetable garden, and then the roofs of the houses were made out of grass, as I've already said, and then with the donation I was able to put some iron sheets so that when it is raining they don't leak here.
And you were also able to raise up your other windmill, kind of extend it to catch better wind, and so in the middle of that, you got to go back to school. So I think this is a great time to talk about your school, and who are the other students at your school, and where is it? And